Welcome back to another amazing video from Ape Recaps. Today we will recap a horror thriller film called X Game from 2010. The movie begins with a wall filled with cards containing the names of all the students. The wall is at a primary school. Children are making noise in the class. The blackboard is also full of writing that the teacher has done during the class. There is a speaker installed on the wall of the class that announces the break time and other necessary details regarding students. Mr. Moreno, the teacher, is sitting on his chair with his chin placed loosely on the table before him. His eyeglasses are almost on the tip of his nose. He sees students through the corner of his eyes. A red game box named X Game Box is placed on the table among the students. It has a hole on its outer surface. The teacher's right side of the face is severely injured. As soon as he sees the game box, he falls off his chair. The wound on his face is an X shape. As the students see their teacher lay down, they become silent. He fishes a card from the box nervously. As he unfolds the card, he falls down again, trembling. While going out of the class, he again falls down, this time head over toe. He approaches a black and white television resting in a classroom. Vehemently, he apologizes before the television. Lights in the room are set off, which shake his body from inside. Statues are sitting on the chairs. He screams and seeks forgiveness. He took his life by falling from the top of a building. A man lecturing the students briefs them about the suspicion of suicide and the missing person cases. He states that these were once perpetrators of bullying. He further says that those who were bullied in the past are taking revenge on the offenders. He says that in the mid-13th century there was a private secret society whose purpose was to bring justice. He says in Westphalia in western Germany, when the government was shut down due to disturbances in its security, the citizens formed their own secret society to bring the villains to justice. That was Saint Feme. The trials were sometimes open to the public but were usually held in a secret courtroom. The method of execution was hanging. Rikoko and Hideaki Kokubo, university fellows, are standing in the hallway of the campus. Rikoko is arguing that he does not talk to her and instead goes for other girls. He receives a phone call from someone saying that their old school teacher has committed suicide. The last time he saw him was when they were together at the reunion 3 days ago. At the reunion, he seemed very happy. All the students surround him. He exchanges gossip with them. He asks them about their future plans. He also tells them about his marriage, which took place a year ago. Students finally meet one another after a long time. All of them have completely changed. They seemed very happy. After the untimely death of Mr. Moreno, Rikoko tells Hideaki that Moreno was missing after the reunion. They guess that something happened right after the reunion that caused the death of their teacher. The only boys that their minds could conceive were the infamous students of the deceased. Both of them take the teacher to a hidden place. Moreno is heavily drunk and he knows nothing about where he is being taken by his students. He asks Hideaki to come along, but Shinjo and Yoshike stop him. Since primary school, everyone has feared them. Later that night, Hideaki and Rikoko are together at Hideaki's home. Both are watching a video clip on television. They see a woman wearing a long coat and having her hair open on television. Meanwhile, Hideaki receives a parcel, which contains a card on which an X-shaped symbol is drawn. Hideaki makes fun of her, but she is solemnly watching television. In the clip, a person tied with a rope on a chair is screaming, while two guards wearing long cloaks and veils on their heads are standing by him. Hideaki frightens her and urges her to stay with him that night so that he can make love with her. She sees a woman standing behind the deceased teacher on the television. The next day, both of them visit a police station to collect proof about the obscure death of their teacher. But the man investigating the case tells them it is clearly a suicide case. Although they convince him to watch the clip in which a killer woman can be seen standing behind Moreno, he does not believe them. They leave the station despondently. The next day, they visit the home of Tadashi Ishimatsu, a friend of Hideaki since primary school. He tells him about Kaburagi. She is an asocial, shy girl at school. Everyone bullies her during and after class. It had been a long time since they left the school, and Hideaki did not remember the face of the girl clearly. He opens her school documents and searches for her clear photo. He recalls his school days when everyone was standing around Kaburagi, bullying her. He sees all this silently. They put the dirty pieces of clothes on her head. They place a basket on her head while she sits still. Hideaki complains to the teachers about them, but to his disappointment, the teacher says they only joke with her. Despondently, he goes back. His classmates punished him for complaining to teachers about them. Rikoko leaves for her home in the darkness. Not too late, she phones Hideaki to tell him that someone is following her. It may be that woman. Nervously, he rides the bicycle towards her. She hides there to save herself from her. By the time he arrives, she has already gone to her house. He sees blood sprinkled on the walls. He confronts that woman and falls off the bicycle instantly. He follows the woman. He sees her drawing an X-shaped symbol on the wall with blood. As he comes closer, she gives him an electric shock, and he faints. As he recovers consciousness, he finds himself handcuffed with his mouth sealed with tape in a box. Someone whispers to him, "The punishment game." He feels terrified and pushes open the box. Another boy, handcuffed and with his mouth sealed, emerges from another box. He attacks Hideaki. The boy's name is Shinjo, a primary school friend of Hideaki. From the third box comes a girl, namely Rikoko. She, too, is handcuffed, and her mouth is sealed. Rikoko describes the outlook of the woman who killed their teacher. She wears a long coat, and her hair is open. Suddenly, the lights come through the windows, and the room glooms. It is the same room as their classroom at primary school. The door is locked. They come to know that Kaburagi is taking revenge on them for bullying her at school. Hideaki yells at Shinjo for bullying her. They see their names posted on the wall. They hear the same sound from the speaker that used to come from the primary school's loudspeaker. Two guards dressed in long coats with their heads covered with veils enter the room. They have electric rods in their hands. A fourth boy, Yoshike, one of Hideaki's classmates, is also found unconscious in the room. The guards play with them the same punishment games that they used to play with the innocent girl Kaburagi at school. They would annoy her. All the flashback memories come to their mind. The deceased teacher mysteriously lists all the 13 punishment games on the blackboard. The last punishment is the death penalty. Then the teacher disappears and Kaburagi appears with her hair open. The screen on the blackboard disappears, and the guards enter the room. They give electric shocks to Yoshike and Shinjo with rods. The same red box is placed before them, and roulette runs on the television screen. Following Morino, all pick their cards and receive their punishment. The rules of the game are told to them beforehand. They all feel terrified. The roulette spins and stops at the name of Shinjo. The second name is Hideaki. Petrified, Hideaki picks up his card. The card reads the punishment, the thumbtack punishment. The television screen turns on and cartoons perform a demo of the punishment. The guards appear, holding a chair full of nails placed upwards. 3 minutes of duration are set to complete a punishment. Hideaki is made to sit on a chair full of nails. The nails pierce through his buttocks, and blood flows from his buttocks. Roulette spins again and stops against the name of Hideaki. This time he receives the clothespin punishment. After the demonstration, he is made ready to bear punishment. Rikoko is asked to punish him this time. After that, Shinjo takes the clothespin and hurts Hideaki severely, which causes wounds on his arm. Darkness falls, a thunder-like situation arises, and Yoshike disappears. They see on television that the guards fasten him to a chair. They heat up an X-shaped iron and ingrain it on his belly. He screamed loudly. After that, he is taken back to the room. The roulette now turns to Rikoko. She takes her card, and the punishment she gets is the frizzy head punishment. Her hair is set ablaze, although she tries to evade her punishment. But before Shinjo completely burns her hair, her time is complete. After failing to complete her punishment in due time, she is taken to the other room. The guards burn her neck with a burning iron rod, which leaves an X-shaped mark on her neck. They see her protest on television. She screamed in pain. The next turn is for Shinjo, who gets the chug-a-lugging milk punishment. Milk was poured down his mouth. Yoshike is punished with the school lunch punishment. Again, Rikoko's name is shown for punishment. This time she bears the pencil guillotine punishment. In this way, one by one, all of them receive multiple punishments. Those who do not complete their punishment on time face the brunt of a burning iron rod on their body. Feeling completely helpless, they seek forgiveness from Kaburagi. But it is too late now to seek salvation. In the end, the only person who does not get any burns on his body is Hideaki. Whoever does not comply with the orders of the guards, they will beat them down. Hideaki is subjected to capital punishment, which means taking one's life. Hideaki protests before them, but to no avail. They all agree on murdering him. They all threw their heaviest bodies at him. They grab him and tie him with the rope around his neck until his breath stops. Suddenly, all of them are given a heavy electric shock. They are now free. Yoshike and Hideaki fight with one of the guards. They knock him. Yoshike takes the guard's electric rod and hits him with it. Rikoko and Shinjo are taken aback when they see Hideaki alive. The other guard runs away. Yoshike and Shinjo kill Rikoko by hitting her with a rod on her neck. In the meantime, Hideaki and Koizumi, a college friend of Hideaki, escape from them. They want to kill them too. Yoshike and Hideaki fight with each other. Koizumi activates time bombs via computer to kill them all. She sprinkles kerosene oil on the floor. Before Yoshike has almost killed Hideaki, Shinjo unknowingly kills Yoshike. Hideaki takes the iron rod and kills Shinjo by hitting him hard with the iron rod on his head. Rikoko and Hideaki escape the blast and go out of the building safely. Soon after they come out, Rikoko disappears abruptly. Hideaki is made ready for his final punishment, which is to take his life. He had fallen from the rooftop of a tall building. Fortunately, he survived the injuries. His legs are broken in multiple positions. The movie ends with Hideaki sitting in a wheelchair in a hospital. To watch many more exciting movie recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Let us know in the comments section about your favorite movie that you would like us to recap next. Thanks again for watching, stay safe and healthy.